Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have it all while others struggle? The secret might be simpler than you think. It's not about luck or special skills. It's about something we all have: our minds. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful ideas that can change your life forever. This idea comes from Neville Goddard, a man who taught people how to use their minds to create the life they want. Now you might be thinking, oh, another one of those think positive things. But this is different. This isn't about fancy tricks or hard-to-do methods. It's about understanding how your mind shapes your world. Imagine having a magic wand that could make your dreams come true. Well, according to Neville Goddard, you already have that wand. It's your consciousness, your awareness, your thoughts, and feelings. This might sound too good to be true, but stick with me. By the end of this video, you'll understand how this works and how you can use it to change your life. Whether you want more money, better relationships, or just to feel happier, this guide to consciousness can help you get there. And the best part? You don't need anything special to start. You just need your mind and a willingness to try something new. The stakes are high. If you don't change how you think and feel inside, nothing outside will change. You might keep trying different things, jumping from one job to another, one relationship to another, always thinking the problem is out there. But what if the key to changing your life is inside you? What if you could create the life you want just by changing how you think and feel? This idea asks you to face your own thoughts, which might be tough at first. You might have to look at some things about yourself that you don't like. But here's the good news. If you get this right, you could make your dreams come true. Everything you touch could turn to gold, not in a greedy way, but in a way that brings more joy, success, and fulfillment into your life. So, what exactly did Neville Goddard teach? At its core, his teaching is simple but powerful. He said that our world is a mirror of our consciousness. What does this mean? It means that what we see outside of us is just a reflection of what's inside our minds. This idea might seem strange at first, but think about it. Have you ever noticed how some days, when you're in a bad mood, everything seems to go wrong, and on days when you're happy, good things keep happening? That's not just a coincidence. According to Goddard, that's the mirror principle in action. This mirror doesn't just reflect our passing moods. It reflects our deep beliefs about ourselves and the world. If you believe deep down that you're not good enough, the world will show you situations that seem to prove you're not good enough. If you believe that people are generally kind, you'll tend to meet kind people. It's like the world is a big mirror, showing you what you believe to be true. Now, this might sound scary at first. You might be thinking, does this mean all the bad things in my life are my fault? That's not the point. The point is that you have more power than you think. If the world is a mirror of your mind, then by changing your mind, you can change your world. This is where the real magic happens. Imagine for a moment that you could choose exactly what you want to see in that mirror. What would you choose? A life full of adventure? A loving relationship? A successful career? According to Goddard, all of these are possible if you can change what's in your mind. It's not about blaming yourself for what's wrong in your life. It's about realizing you have the power to make things right. But how do we do this? How do we change what's in our minds? Goddard taught that it's not just about positive thinking, it's about feeling. He said that if you can feel the reality of what you want, as if it's already true, your world will start to change to match that feeling. It's like fooling the mirror into reflecting something new. This might sound like make-believe, but it's more than that. It's about understanding that your thoughts and feelings are creating your reality all the time, whether you realize it or not. So why not create consciously? Why not choose what you want to see in the mirror of your life. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about waving a magic wand and instantly getting everything you want. It's a journey of transformation. It's about changing how you see yourself and the world. And like any journey, it takes time and effort. But the rewards can be amazing. Think about it this way. If you've spent years thinking of yourself as unlucky or not good enough, those thoughts have created patterns in your life. Changing those patterns won't happen overnight. But every time you choose to think differently, to see yourself differently, you're taking a step towards a new reality. This journey starts with awareness. Start paying attention to your thoughts and feelings. What do you tell yourself about who you are and what you're capable of? What do you believe about the world around you? Once you're aware of these thoughts and beliefs, you can start to change them. The next step is to imagine what you want. But don't just think about it, feel it. Goddard taught a technique he called living in the end. This means imagining that you already have what you want and feeling the joy and gratitude you would feel if it were true. Do this regularly and you'll start to notice changes in your life. But here's the thing, you need to be patient. Remember, we said earlier that it takes time for the outside world to catch up with your new thoughts. Don't give up if you don't see changes right away. Keep believing in your new way of thinking, and soon you'll see it show up in your life. This journey of transformation isn't always easy. You might face doubts, both from yourself and from others. You might have days when it's hard to believe that your thoughts can really change your life. But remember, every great change starts with a single thought. Every amazing achievement began as an idea in someone's mind. As you start this journey, be kind to yourself. Changing your thoughts and beliefs is a big task. You're rewiring years of thinking patterns. It's okay if you slip back into old ways of thinking sometimes. Just gently bring yourself back to your new way of thinking. And here's something important to remember. This isn't about forcing yourself to be positive all the time. It's about choosing thoughts that serve you better. It's about seeing yourself and the world in a way that opens up possibilities rather than shutting them down. Focus on the positive. Now that we've laid the groundwork, let's dive deeper into how this mirror of life really works. One of the most important things to understand is that the mirror doesn't show whether your thoughts are good or bad. It just shows what you think about most. This is a game changer when you really get it. Think about it like this. If you spend all day thinking about how much you hate your job, guess what the mirror will show you? More reasons to hate your job. If you keep worrying about not having enough money, the mirror will keep showing you situations where you don't have enough. It's not trying to be mean, it's just reflecting what's on your mind. So what's the solution? Instead of thinking about what you don't want, focus on what you do want. This might sound simple, but it's powerful. If you want a better job, start thinking about what that better job would look like. How would you feel going to work every day? What kind of tasks would you be doing? Focus on these positive images and feelings. The same goes for money. Instead of worrying about bills, start thinking about having more than enough. Imagine how it would feel to easily pay your bills and have money left over. Picture yourself being generous, helping others, or saving for something special. This shift in focus can be challenging at first. Our brains are often wired to look for problems. It's a survival instinct. But with practice, you can train your mind to focus more on what you want. And when you do this, you'll start to see more good things showing up in your life. Remember, this isn't about ignoring problems or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing where to put your mental energy. When you focus on the positive, you're more likely to notice opportunities and solutions. You're also more likely to take actions that lead to positive outcomes. Now let's talk about something really interesting. The cycle of how things show up in our lives. Most people follow a cycle that goes like this. They look at their life, feel bad about what they see, and then more bad things happen. It's like a loop that keeps repeating. Here's how it usually goes. You wake up and look at your bank account. You see there's not much money there. This makes you feel worried and upset. You go through your day feeling bad about money. Then, surprise, surprise, more money problems show up. Maybe an unexpected bill arrives, or you miss out on an opportunity to earn more. This seems to prove that you were right to worry, so you worry more. And the cycle continues. But here's the exciting part. We can change this cycle. To do this, we need to start with the good feeling first. Instead of looking at your current situation and reacting to it, start by imagining your life the way you want it. Let's use the money example again. Before you even check your bank account, take a moment to imagine having plenty of money. Feel the relief and joy of financial abundance. Carry this feeling with you throughout the day. When you do this, you're more likely to notice opportunities to improve your financial situation. You might find yourself making better money decisions or attracting unexpected income. This works for any area of your life. Want better relationships? Start by imagining and feeling what it's like to have wonderful relationships. Want better health? Imagine feeling energetic and vibrant. The key is to start with the end in mind. Feel good first, then watch for good things to start happening. It might not be instant, but if you keep at it, you'll start to see changes. So how do we actually use this in our day-to-day lives? It's one thing to understand these ideas, but making them work for you is what really matters. Here's a simple practice you can start today. Try this. Every day, take a few minutes to close your eyes and imagine your life exactly as you want it. Don't just think about it. Really feel it. If you want a new car, imagine sitting in that car. Feel the steering wheel under your hands. Smell that new car smell. Hear the purr of the engine. Feel the excitement and gratitude of driving your dream car. If it's a better job you're after, imagine yourself walking into your ideal workplace. How do you feel? Confident? Excited? Valued? Imagine conversations with co-workers or clients. Feel the satisfaction of doing work you love. The key is to make it as real as possible in your mind. Engage all your senses. And most importantly, feel the emotions you would feel if this were already your reality. Feel the joy, the excitement, the gratitude, the peace, whatever positive emotions come with your desire. Do this regularly, ideally every day. You might want to do it first thing in the morning to set the tone for your day, or last thing at night to program your subconscious mind as you sleep. Find a time that works for you and stick with it. Now, here's an important point. Don't worry if you don't see instant changes in your outer world. Remember, there's often a delay between our inner change and what shows up in our lives. Keep practicing, keep believing, and watch how your life starts to change. Also, pay attention to your thoughts and feelings throughout the day. When you catch yourself thinking negatively or focusing on what you don't want, gently shift your focus. Ask yourself, what do I want instead? Then imagine and feel that. This practice might feel strange at first. You might even feel like you're lying to yourself. But remember, you're not denying your current reality. You're simply choosing to focus on where you want to go rather than where you are. It's like programming a GPS. You need to input your destination, not your current location. As you do this, you'll likely start noticing small changes. Maybe you'll feel more positive. Maybe opportunities will start showing up. Maybe you'll find yourself naturally taking actions that move you towards your goals. These are all signs that your practice is working. Let me share something personal with you. I've used this method myself, and I can tell you from experience, it really works. When I first heard about these ideas, I was skeptical. It seemed too simple, too good to be true. I thought, how can just thinking differently change my life? But I decided to give it a try. I started small, focusing on little things I wanted to change. At first, it felt like nothing was happening. I'd imagine and feel what I wanted, but my outer world seemed the same. There were moments when I felt silly, like I was just daydreaming. But I kept at it. And then something amazing started to happen. Little by little, things began to shift. Opportunities I never expected started showing up. People came into my life who could help me achieve my goals. I found myself feeling more confident, more positive. One of the biggest changes was in my career. I'd always dreamed of doing work I loved, but I felt stuck in a job that didn't excite me. So I started imagining myself in a job I loved. I felt the excitement of waking up, eager to start my day. I imagined the satisfaction of making a real difference. At first, nothing seemed to change. But I kept at it. And then, out of the blue, I heard about a job opening that seemed perfect for me. It was exactly what I had been imagining. I applied, went through the interviews, and got the job. It felt like magic, but I realized it was the result of changing my inner world. This experience taught me something important. The changes don't always come in the way we expect. Sometimes they show up in surprising ways. That's why it's important to stay open and trust the process. I've seen this work in other areas of my life too. Relationships improved. Financial opportunities appeared. Even my health got better. It wasn't always instant, and it wasn't always easy. There were times when doubts crept in. But every time I went back to this practice, I saw positive changes. Now you might be wondering, what's the secret? How can I make this work for me? The key is consistency and belief. You need to practice regularly, even when it feels like nothing is happening, and you need to believe in the process. Consistency is crucial because you're essentially reprogramming your mind. Just like learning a new skill or forming a new habit, it takes time and repetition. The more you practice imagining and feeling what you want, the more natural it becomes. Eventually, it becomes your default way of thinking. Belief is important because your beliefs shape your reality. If you do this practice, but deep down believe it won't work, you're sending mixed messages to your subconscious mind. It's like pressing the gas and the brake at the same time in a car. You won't get very far. So how do you build belief? Start small. Choose something relatively easy to believe in. As you see small successes, your belief will grow. Also, educate yourself. Read books on this topic, watch videos, learn from others who have successfully used these principles. The more you understand how and why this works, the easier it is to believe in it. Another important point is to take inspired action. While this practice is primarily about changing your inner world, it doesn't mean you should just sit back and wait for things to happen. As you change your thoughts and feelings, you'll likely feel inspired to take certain actions. Follow these inspirations. They're often your intuition guiding you towards your goals. Remember, this isn't about forcing things to happen. It's about aligning your inner world with what you want and then allowing it to unfold naturally. Sometimes, the path to your goal might look different than you expected. Stay open and flexible. As you embark on this journey, you'll likely face some challenges. One common challenge is impatience. In our fast-paced world, we're used to instant results. But remember, you're making a fundamental shift in how you interact with reality. This takes time. Another challenge is dealing with negative thoughts and doubts. They will come up. It's normal. The key is not to fight them or feel bad about having them. Instead, gently redirect your focus back to what you want. It's like training a puppy. When it wanders off, you gently bring it back over and over with patience and love. You might also face skepticism from others. Not everyone will understand or support what you're doing. That's okay. You don't need to convince anyone. This is your journey. Surround yourself with supportive people if you can, but remember, the most important belief is your own. Lastly, be prepared for some discomfort. Growth and change often involves stepping out of your comfort zone. As you start to shift your inner world, you might find yourself inspired to take actions that feel scary. Trust the process and take small steps forward. As we wrap up this journey through Neville Goddard's Guide to Consciousness, let's recap the main points. We've learned that our world is a mirror of our consciousness. What we see outside is a reflection of what's inside our minds. By changing our thoughts and feelings, we can change our reality. We've discovered the importance of focusing on what we want, rather than what we don't want. We've learned about the cycle of creation and how to change it in our favor. We've explored practical ways to apply these principles in our daily lives. Remember, this is not about instant magic. It's about a profound shift in how you interact with reality. It's a journey of self-discovery and personal growth. There will be challenges along the way, but the potential rewards are immense. As you move forward, be patient with yourself. Celebrate small successes. Stay committed to your practice even when it feels difficult. And most importantly, enjoy the journey. This process of consciously creating your reality can be one of the most exciting and fulfilling experiences of your life. You have the power to shape your life with your thoughts and feelings. What you see around you is an echo of what's in your mind. By changing your inner world, you can change your outer world. It takes practice and patience, but the results can be truly amazing. So are you ready to unlock your manifestation power? Are you ready to take control of your life in a way you never thought possible? The power is within you. It always has been. Now, it's time to use it. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Neville Goddard's teachings. I hope this video has inspired you to start your own journey of conscious creation. Remember, your thoughts create your reality. Choose them wisely and watch your world transform.